you've got the North MVP. It seems like it's the only thing in the trophy cabinet in the NBL1 at least you haven't got.
Knowing that that is something that I don't have for the East, I'm just like, we're going to figure out a way to get you. Don't you worry.
I was listening back to his podcast with you. It was really cool. Just hearing like the whole background. For someone that's so accomplished, like 13 years old, start playing basketball, that's kind of wild. Do you think that actually helped you a little bit with your career starting later?
Yeah, I think it did. I feel like it gave me just like an extra edge because, I don't know. I feel like I sometimes can be hard on myself for one, but also I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'm good at something and I'll just like ease up a little. But, you know, it gave me another, like I said, an extra edge, just an extra motivation to just be like, okay, I'm a little behind. I need to work hard. And I just use that still to this day to just keep pushing.
I guess there could be even an argument that cognitively you're that little bit older to pick up the skills. You're just going to progress that a little bit quicker, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. And which I do think that helped too. Because I mean, I did a lot of different things too growing up, which also I didn't realize would help with basketball. So I feel like it was just a build up to that moment. Yeah.
So you're definitely a player that punches above her weight. Like being a center, you 6'3", is it?
Yeah, on a good day.
On a good day. A short 6'3", a tall 6'2", potentially.
Literally. There we go.
I say that about myself when I want to be 6 foot.
Literally. It depends on who asks.
Okay, sweet. All right, we'll go with that. How do you maintain such a good production, being that little bit undersized, having that tenacity? Do you think that gives you that edge as well?
Oh, for sure. And having an older brother. I literally say that all the time. Like, having Jalen, oh my goodness gracious. He literally just made me the competitor that I am, for one. And just seeing how he works, his work ethic and everything, I was just like, no, like, you're not going to outwork me as my brother. And if I have that edge, nobody else that I don't even know, like, you're not going to outwork me either. So, yeah, I think it does help. And I think it's just one of the things that just benefits, because people will look at me and be like, oh, okay, well, she's smaller than me. And I hear all the time, like, people say, you're definitely stronger than I expected, like, when you push back. And I'm like, yeah, let's not take it there. Like, you know. So, yeah, I think it helps for sure.
So we call that farm strong here.
Yeah. I mean, Alabama, hey.
Exactly. So I'm sure you've got some pretty gnarly backyard basketball stories with your brother.
Oh, yes, I do. According to my brother, though, I didn't win them. But when I got to the point to where I was actually good, he stopped playing. So, of course, I'm not going to win. You're not playing me anymore. But for him, he played all sports as well. So I feel like just playing football with him outside in the backyard, he would have me hike the ball and then tackle me. So we have those stories. But yeah, just playing basketball too. And just anything that we played in our household became a game and you wanted to win. So yeah.
Coming as an older brother, that seems like a very tried and true formula. Just quit while you're ahead, or also just don't acknowledge defeat.
Yeah. That's it. We just walk away from it. We just go eat dinner.
So obviously getting drafted WNBA, Indiana Fever, and then waived, then Dallas.
Yep.
I found it interesting listening, shout out our friend Damien Clark-Shoes, Beyond the Arc.
Shout out always.
Shout out always. I thought it was quite interesting, and I wanted to ask you, how, obviously, when Dallas didn't work out, it sounded like you've very much put all yourself into it. You're in the best shape of your career, I believe you said. How much did that make you attuned to the business side of it that unfortunately just sometimes the way that the basketball world is, regardless of how much you prepare, how much you better yourself, it's just sometimes it's just not going to work out and you have to find another opportunity.
Yeah, I think it was just a perspective shift, because in college you go through the politics and it's just like, you know, I went through that and it was, well, okay, well, my team maybe didn't perform well, but I'm performing well. But yeah, in college as a whole, it's like, okay, team. And I just thought, like, whenever you got to the professional level, it was you still as yourself. You know, I've made it. I'm a professional. You can see my work. I'm showing up every day. And so, yeah, when I got to Dallas and I was just like, I knew what to expect after everything that happened in Indiana. And I was literally headstrong, literally in the best shape. And I'm like, I told my parents, I showed up every single day and gave it 100%. And I feel like that was also the first time in my career that I did that, because, I mean, in college, you don't want to practice. And even now as a professional, sometimes you don't want to practice. But when I was in college and I did that, I would chill those days. But when I got to Dallas, I was like, no, you're not chilling at all. You're going to work your ass off every single day. And so I did that, and to know that basically I failed. That was the hardest pill that I had to swallow. And so when I got home, I was just like, I failed. But my parents, they were so proud of me, like, love them dearly. My parents and my family, they supported me and they just stood behind me. But me as a whole, in like the mental aspect, I just still had to sit with myself every day and just be like, what did I do wrong? And whenever you look back on stuff and you fail and you don't have anything to take from it or move forward because it's just a failure. Like, I can't say, well, maybe if I would have showed up this Tuesday and did that, that was the hardest thing for me. So it's just like, okay, sometimes you are going to fail, and what are you going to make out of that failure? So I took some time, which was very hard because I was in my room, I was in bed, I was just like, F basketball. But my parents, they didn't allow that. So they gave me grace. They gave me the time that I needed. And then my mom was like, you got to get up.
Yeah.
You have to get up. And my dad was like, okay, how are we going to get up? And so just having that conversation with them and literally getting up, it just helped me. And it helps me realize now, like, that's something I can take from it. Like, when I fell, how are we going to get up now? So, yeah, I think it just shaped me as a person more than a basketball player, too. So just moving forward, I'm always just like, what are we going to do when life hits? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
How are we going to fight back? And now I'm just like, come on, life swings, and I'm just going to swing harder. So.
Well, it's worked out.
Yeah, literally, it did.
So the WNBA thing falls through, and then Albury pops up.
Yeah.
So when you were researching, how quickly did you realize that this happened to be also Lauren Jackson's hometown team, club, and playing in that team with her?
That was literally the first thing that came up. And like, when I seen that and I looked at it, because for the longest, they reached out to me, but like I said, I was just in my room and I'm like, I'm not playing basketball.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not going. And I told my agent, I don't want to go. I don't want to look at a basketball. I turned my phone off. And then I was like, okay, get up. And so when I looked and I was like, oh, Lauren Jackson, I'm like, surely she's not playing. Like, she won't be there. And then I seen that she signed. I was like, okay, yeah.
Us fans are like that too.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Sure. And so my mom was like, Lauren is? And I said, yeah. And she said, yeah, come on, baby. We're packing.
I will drive you to the airport.
Literally. And so even my mom, she wanted to come, but of course she couldn't then in that moment. But she came eventually. But yeah, that was a big thing because I'm like, I want to go play with Lauren. Like, I want to see Lauren. I want to meet her. And I was literally telling my teammates the other day, like, it's still such a surreal moment because, like, when I got there and I was just like, I didn't want to mess her name up. I'm like, it's Lauren Jackson. So I would just be like, hi. Like,
head
I would
down.
not say literally head down, just hi. And so then when she's like, Unique, hi. Like, and she embraced me. I was like, oh, okay. Like, But yeah, I feel like for anybody, the moment that they would have seen like Lauren is playing, like they would have ran for the hills just like I did. So yeah, of course, I feel like that was definitely an extra motor.
How much has she impacted your career from that first moment you started playing with her?
Oh, I can't even describe it. In which people say all the time, like, she's your biggest cheerleader. And I think it just took me a moment to realize that. But I'm like, she is, because she's just a great human. Like, outside of basketball and everything, just her being so down to earth. The boys, Harry and Lenny, like, they're freaking great too. But yeah, just having her in my corner in the midst of whatever it is, like a good game, a bad game, it does not matter. Like, she's always there, and I just really appreciate that.
How much did talking to Lauren about Russia, how much did that help you prep to go over there?
A lot, actually, because I think, you hear certain things and people always can give you advice, but advice from somebody who has actually experienced it and who have been in your shoes before, it just hits different. And so I think that it just really gave me that perspective to know, like, okay, if she's went there and she did that and she said it's good, like, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be tough. It just helps you, like, prepare mentally to say, okay, like, yeah, it's going to be tough. So when the tough times hit, it's like, well, I was told that it's going to be that, but I'm also enjoying it. So I was also told, like, it's going to be good. So, yeah, just having experience from people who have done the things that you're trying to do, it's always lovely.
So we had 2 years in Albury it was?
Yes.
How much did you enjoy it? Clearly, it must have like sat somewhere with you because you're coming back. Go us!
Literally.
I'm sure Coach Sammy Mack was on the blower. Going, you got to come back, girl.
Oh yeah, he was. And even before I went to Mackay, like I tried to go back, but we made playoffs when I was in Russia, so I just was not going to make the deadline to be back. So I was just like, okay, well, I need to take another route. And then that's when I went to Mackay. But yeah, I love it. Aubrey is literally just my home away from home. And it's just, everybody's like, it's so country there. It's so small. But I'm like, guys, y'all know where I grew up.
Yeah,
like,
come on. Leave the country. The country's awesome. Maitland over here. Come on, man.
I love the country. So I'm like, I love not being bothered. I love that when I go to the store, everybody knows everybody. I like that I have certain, restaurants that I can always go to. So just the familiarity and just the comfort of it all and great people. So I enjoy it because it's literally just like, okay, I'm leaving home, I'm flying 17 hours away, but I'm going home again, so it's lovely.
So you went Albury and then Mackay popped up. You did say in between you weren't really going to play before Mackay came. I'd love to know what was going to be that year if you weren't going to go to Mackay. What was going to be the year off for Unique Thompson?
It was literally just going to be off time, and even I laughed because Mackay, when I talked to Rob and Ross, they were just like, you were so hard to get in touch with. And I was like, I know. I wasn't entertaining anybody because I just knew that the minute I answered, I was going to say, yep, I'm coming. And so I got home and I was like, I'm just going to sit. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to see basketball. I just need a break. My body needs to rest. And I got home. I hit maybe week 2 and I was like, this is so boring.
Stir crazy.
I love my parents. I love seeing y'all, but they're still going to work. I'm at home all day until they get home. And it hits 3:30 and I'm like, Mom, you're supposed to be off work. Where are you? So I was like, no, I have to go do something. And so, yeah, Rob and Ross, they called and they were just like, okay, well, our season doesn't start until this date. So I was like, oh, perfect. I can go play. And so I went there and I played and I enjoyed it. But, yeah, it was literally just going to be downtime. Just literally doing nothing but sitting at home, eating and everything. And I was like, nah, we can't do that. So,
yeah. Love that. So what was it like in the North? We hear about some different play styles. Talking to some players, they've gone to the South. They've kind of made note that it's a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, whereas the East is a bit more go, go, go. Did you notice a difference in play styles in the North?
I mean, not for me. I feel like basketball is basketball.
Love that.
But I think it just was also a shorter season too. And so we played once a week and of course, you train 2 times a week. But honestly, I feel like it was all the same. It was competition, of course, and everybody was just good. We had a great team as well. But yeah, I didn't really see much of a difference than the East and the North, and everybody says. But I don't know, maybe I'm just biased. But I mean, yeah, like I said, I feel like hoops is just hoops.
You're just a baller.
Yeah, I just go out and I'm like, okay, come on. So that was it for me.
Did you keep an eye on the East while you were over in the North?
Oh, for sure. Because, I mean, it was hard not to. Everybody was posting and everybody was doing this. And it was like, oh, we have this person here and that person. I'm like, the East is popping off.
Yeah.
You sure y'all couldn't wait for me? Come on. Well, yeah, I did. And, of course, I mean, just keeping up with Albury as a whole, too. They had a great team as well. And I love Sammy dearly. So, of course, I was, rooting for them. But, yeah, it was hard not to look past the East for sure.
So, you love Sammy. Can you speak to the relationship that you've formed? From all accounts, it sounds like that is a massive reason why you are returning to Albury, is that relationship.
For sure. Sammy is great. He really is. And like I always say, he's just a great human, a great person to play for. In my first year, I felt like we got along so good because he was just really reserved. He was really quiet, but he would speak when he needed to. And we built a relationship off of that. And I remember my first year, we were at Inner West, and he came to me and he was just like, go kick ass. And I looked at him, I was like, I got you. And so, nice. I had a great game. And, even he'll say, that was the first time I've had a player do that. And from that point on, I was like, we're locked in. We got it. But, yeah, he's always been in my corner. Literally since I left, he roots for me, responds to everything. I feel like between him and Lauren, I think they're neck and neck.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah, so it depends on who I'm talking to. If he asks me, I say, yeah, you're not number one. But if LJ asks me, I'm like, nah, it's definitely you. For sure.
It's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
For sure. But yeah, he is. And I love having a coach that just trusts in you and believes in you, but also just pours life into you outside of basketball. So he just makes sure that I'm okay as a person. He loves my family as well. He's welcomed them with open arms. And so, yeah, it's just, that's definitely a main reason why I did go back and play. Because, yeah, like I said, he's like, go do what you need to do. And so I like having that green light. But, yeah, just having somebody like that as a coach is just great.
I don't think there's probably a coach that has, apologies to the other coaches in the NBL1 East, I will say, but I don't think there's a coach that has a better hit rate with their imports than Sammy Mack, honestly. It's been insane.
It really has. And I think that just attests to just him as a whole, because he's literally there for whatever you need, and he listens. He just accepts you literally for who you are, and he also brings out another person in you. Because, I mean, when I first got to Albury, I didn't really talk. I didn't do much. I was all about just, I'm going to work. I'm going back to my place, But he has pulled me out of my shell completely, and I just can attest to him for that. But, yeah, it's hard not to love Sammy. If you don't love Sammy, I'm like, it's you. It's not him.
It's a you problem.
For sure.
So when did the chat start? We spoke about how the rumour mill is rife around the NBL1 East. Yeah. I heard you were signing for a number of different clubs.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Literally.
Again, I don't believe anything till I read it on paper. So when Jamie at Bandits messaged me, he's like, "We got Unique." I remember where I was in Penrith Basketball Stadium and I let out an audible, "What?" Yes! I think that's what it said on the email, actually, back to him. So when did the talks happen? How did that all get rolling? Was it always the goal to come back to Albury?
Yeah, it was for sure. Honestly, I feel like it never stopped. After my second year there and we lost, it was just from that point on, me and Sammy was just like, we have unfinished business.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that just kept coming up. And I knew in the back of my mind, like, I have work that needs to be done and it's literally unfinished. So yeah, it just kept rolling around. And even when I was in Mackay, like I was just like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be here again next year. I want to come back to the East. And I always knew like if I came back to the East, I was not going to play for anybody else. And which it sounded good. Like I was open to it for sure. And when I had conversations with different people about going to play for their clubs, I was like, okay, yeah, but in my heart, I was just like, I can't. Like, I have to play for Albury. I literally just can't because I just thought about, like, me going to play there against them, and I'm like, nah.
How would the conversation with Semi go?
Yeah, like, how would that? I'm like, I can't just go hug him before the game and after the game. You know, I can't go eat dinner there the night before the game and not play for him. But like I said, it did sound good to have, like, many options, and I feel like it was one thing that I just reflected on, too, because I'm like, everybody just wants me to play for them. And so I can just attest that to my work and, like, pat myself on the back. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I was just like, I can have these talks, you know? Like, I'm open to hearing what you have to offer. But I was like, no, I got to go home. Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah, it just was one of the things that we knew would always come full circle. And now we're here.
You spoke about how the Dallas situation helped you in your career picking back up. I found it quite interesting when I read that you decided to not go to Russia with the hope of WNBL.
Yeah.
How much did the Dallas experience, put you in a position to back yourself, to go, no, I don't need Russia, I've done that, WNBL is what I want?
Honestly, I really think that was a starting point for me to just trust myself. And even in my exit interview yesterday with Renee, I told her, because she asked me, like, what was one thing that I learned about myself this season? And I said, honestly, to trust myself as much as everybody else trusts me. Because, I mean, I hear that all the time, like, on every team that I'm on. It's just like, I know that you have my back. I know you'll fight for me. I know you'll do it. And which I tell people that it doesn't matter who I meet. I'm like, whatever you need, I'm that person. And so I just knew that I had to start doing that for myself. And so, yeah, that situation just helped me. And when I was in Russia this past season, I was like, no, I need to take a risk. Like, I know I need to move. I can't be here. I'm comfortable. And so it was just one of the biggest things. It was also the biggest time that I stepped out on faith in my relationship with Christ. And I was just like, okay, like, I feel like you're telling me to do this, so I'm going to trust you. So, you know, and then I was like, okay. And so even when I was in Mackay, I'm like, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. And like July came around and that's when I finally talked to Guy. And I was like, I remember writing in my journal, like, I'm going to play for the Sydney Flames. And I just leaned into that.
So cool.
And then Guy called. Well, LJ messaged me first and she was like, hey, Guy Malloy is trying to get in contact with you. Can I give him my number? And I said, you most certainly can. Like, and I just remember texting her and I was like, I literally just wrote this in my journal. Like, prayers, I know for a fact my prayers are answered, but for it to happen that fast, it was actually crazy. But yeah, I think it just showed me to literally just trust myself, back myself, and to just go out and put the work in, and the work will always show forth for itself.
So the season for the Sydney Flames, standings-wise, obviously probably isn't how the team was hoping, but the overall experience and for your own production, I believe I got here 15, close to 16 points, 8 rebounds, 50% shooting. Yeah. Individually, it was a very good. I saw that at the WNBL Awards, you did get an MVP shout out as well in the video. May have been a teammate. But
I mean, that counts for something, right?
It does, absolutely. And you want it for the team anyway as well.
Yeah, that is true.
So how much did you enjoy this time with the Flames? Obviously, you had Guy Malloy, but Renee Garlop as well, one of my favourite people in the East.
Yes.
It must have been a pretty cool experience with the Flames.
Yes, for sure. It definitely was. And even with Renee, like, she has been great, which I appreciate Guy for giving me the opportunity to come here. But Renee, to do what she did, to step in at a moment that she did, it's honestly just credible. Like, it's hats off for her for sure. But yeah, she is just she's tough. Like,
she's
she's
insane.
hard
I love
nosed.
her.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Like, she's just a big ball of energy. And I'm like, bro, can I just put you in my pocket and take you with me everywhere? But yeah, like the confidence that she instilled in me, and for her to just like back me as well. Because when I first got here in preseason, I mean, she seen me just shooting like in warm ups and like before practice, and then after that practice, she was like, "You have a good shot. I need you to shoot this season." So I was like, "Okay, I will," you know. But honestly, that's what I did. But I mean, honestly, this season it really hasn't been great for us as a team. But I mean, as a player, like I said, I've just grown a lot as a whole. And just I've learned new things about myself and my game that I can just take with me moving forward. In which Renee told me not to lose it, just don't use it against North. So I was like, no promises, but okay. But yeah, it really has been great, and I've honestly just been grateful. Like, it's been a good time, which I mean, most people will probably think I'm crazy, but I mean, when you pray for something and you work for something, I feel like you don't have a choice but to be grateful no matter what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like, you've got what you prayed for, you know, why would I not be grateful for that? And so that was just one of the things that I just took from it and I learned, because I'm just like, okay, this is crazy, you know, but just that reminder of like, okay, well, you asked for it. You didn't give specifics on what you wanted it to look like, but you asked for this. So yeah, I just took the time to be grateful for it.
Yeah, what's the saying again? It's how lucky must you be to be tired, stressed, and sore from a job that you prayed or wished for so long. It's so cool, isn't it?
It really is. And which, like, even showing up and just being around the teammates that I had in the organization and the club as a whole, it didn't feel like a job, really. I mean, of course, I hate losing as a competitor. But at the end of the day, it's just like, what can I take away from losing? What can I take away from this just being hard in a tough season as a player? And I think sometimes you just need that, honestly. And we don't like that hard truth, but you just need it because it shapes so many things and you're supposed to take so many things out of it. So, yeah, whenever you can look back on stuff and reflect, I feel like you're good.
So plenty of NBL1 East alum in the Flames. You just touched Renee, North Sydney, Zoe Miller, Maddie Norris, Caitlin Martin. How much smack talk is happening in these Flames practices about what's about to happen in the East this year?
Well, it was very quiet for the longest because everybody just kept saying, like, where are you going to play? Where are you going to play? And I was like, I don't know. And it was so funny because we still laughed because we're like, they all sat down and they were just trying to guess where I was going to go. And nobody guessed Albury. Like,
why is it standing in front of them?
Literally. And so the whole time I was like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. And then when I signed, they were like, bro, nobody said that. And I said, yeah, y'all didn't say it. But now it's just like, yeah, because they were sitting in the locker room and everybody was just game planning. And I was like, okay, I'm by myself. Like, y'all can't do this. Y'all each have everybody else on your teams and stuff. But it's been good. I mean, we're looking forward to it. And even before we left and stuff, we were all just like, okay, see you later. Because I'm literally going to see them soon. But yeah, I was just joking with them. And I told all of them, like, which one do y'all want me to have a 50 game against? And then everybody's like, not us, have it against them. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do it against all of you.
Yeah. Spread the love. That's only fair, isn't it?
You have to. You got to spread it out. But yeah, I just joke with him about that.
Oh, we love it. So now going back into the Albury team, they had LJ when you were there.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear to say you're going to be the focal point of this Albury team this year. We've got an MVP for these last couple of years in the East that has had that MVP award down pat. And she'd hate it that I said that too, because Nicole Munger is one of the most humble people I've ever met. Even doing an MVP interview, she's like, I absolutely hate this, Caleb. I can't do this. She's so amazing.
Yeah.
Is that a goal? You've won the grand final MVP. You've been part of the All-Star 5. That's kind of feels like you've got the North MVP. Seems like it's the only thing in the trophy cabinet in the NBL1 at least you haven't got.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that me and Sammy have talked about too, because I'm like, I have yet to get this. I need it. Like, I literally need it.
There's a spot in the cabinet just like...
It's just waiting. Like, literally labeled and waiting. But yeah, I think it is something that, I mean, you have to have that as a goal for sure. And I think it just gives you that extra edge and that extra drive as well to just work towards something. But yeah, knowing that is something that I don't have for the East, I'm just like, we're going to figure out a way to get you. Don't you worry. You're coming home with me. But yeah, Nicole is great. She's a great player as well, in all due respect. But I'm just like, nah, I need that one, you know. So I think it'll just be great to have that head-to-head. And I know that it's something that will drive her as well. But yeah, it's just one of the goals that I have. So as
the content guy, I'm very keen about that. Yeah. I guess just to wrap it up, I do want to know this. So is there an environment, a moment, or a team that made you most nervous going into it? And then vice versa, Was there one that made you feel like home?
Well, I'm sure everybody will know the home question because I'm sure yeah.
We spoke about that.
Obvious. Yeah, for sure.
So it's not Russia?
Nah, I did love Russia. Honestly, I was going to say it's kind of hard for me to pick, and not just because I'm indecisive, but I think you just make the most of each experience that you're given. And so even when people ask me for advice, like on different teams or things, I'm like, I'm going to tell you my experience, but I feel like just as a basketball player, you have to make it out to what it needs to be. And so, like, yeah, I can tell you what it was, how I experienced it, but if you go in and it's completely different, I just feel like that's something that you took from that and that you made out of it. So it would be kind of hard to say, I mean, because going to different teams and meeting different people, I was always nervous about that because I was really reserved for a lot of my life, which is so hard to believe.
No, I can't. I'm actually, really, wow.
Like, my mom, oh my gosh, we would always go head to head because she's like, you're so shy, you need to talk. And I'm like, I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to.
You're not going to make me.
Literally, you're not going to make me. And so it was so hard because in Russia, like, just having so many fans at the game and just how they love basketball, and after the game, like, you have to sit there and sign stuff. And I would just be so overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm ready to go to the locker room after the game. Like, I don't like this. But yeah, after I just got out of my shell as a whole and I'm like become who I am now, I'm like, everything has just been lovely.
That's so cool.
So yeah, at first it was just being nervous about meeting new people and like, I don't really want to tell everybody about myself. Like, I don't, you know, but now I'm perfectly fine.
You're clearly comfortable now. In the best way. It's so good.
So now I'm just like a big ball of energy. And like the girls tell me like at Sydney, like, you're just unapologetically yourself. And I'm like, which is so surprising.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love it and I've just embraced it. So yeah, I feel like everything has just been what it's supposed to be.
Unique Thompson, thank you very much.
Of course, thank you.
Mate, that was awesome.
Thank you.